Yes, good afternoon. It's happy Monday, everyone. Again, I'm Christopher, founder of Wycotax, an all-year-round, all-in-one tax payroll bookkeeping service solution. Thank you for being part of our EIDL PPP tax credits group here in my company. Our company provides free resource information. But to get you started on your Monday, let's talk about health insurance. As we all know, renewal of insurance is already up in the air. But now we have to go back. What are the basic things you need to do to qualify for the Affordable Care Act? So, of course, no other than the person that's going to speak with that is our financial representative. I would like to introduce to you. And also, prior to our presentation or during our presentation, this is only less than 45 minutes. I do encourage everyone to type your questions on the comment section of this presentation. At the end of the presentation, I will read your questions or I will ask some questions to our guest speaker for today. Without further ado, who is our speaker? He is a financial representative for 14 years for Affordable Care Act, certified health insurance agent, worked in a management leadership position for 25 years for a Fortune 500 company. Hometown, he was born in San Antonio, Texas, and then has lived in the Valley, here in the Rio Grande Valley for 32 years. He finished in the education in San Antonio College and the American College. His mission statement to improve the quality of life for his clients. His hobbies include riding Harley motorcycle, bird watching, photography, and gardening. Areas of expertise: business management, health insurance, life insurance, financial planning. If you guys are ready to listen, please type 1 in the comment section below. Let us all welcome my financial advisor, no other than Mr. Lee Guerra. How are you, Mr. Lee?
I'm doing well, Christopher. Thank you for that introduction and welcome everyone. Today's a beautiful day, September, at the end of September. We're looking forward for some cool weather. Christopher, right? It's been super, super hot. So, and again, thank you for joining us. Part of my mission statement is to improve the quality of life of my friends and my clients. And one way in doing that is to make sure that you have good insurance. And we call it qualified health insurance. I'm going to talk about the process, how with the marketplace, with the federal marketplace, you can get affordable health insurance if you meet certain criteria. So without any further delay, we're going to get started. And we're talking about the 2022 open enrollment. Well, you might say, what's the health insurance marketplace? The health insurance marketplace, it's a service that helps people shop for and enroll in affordable, let me just mention affordable health insurance. As we all know, health insurance is extremely expensive, but there's a process via the federal government, and they refer to it as the marketplace. And the way you can access those benefits is through a certified marketplace agent like myself, or you can go on healthcare.gov. How does the marketplace insurance work? A health insurance marketplace is a place where you can shop and sign up for affordable health insurance plans. The marketplace is sometimes called the exchange. If you qualify for a subsidy plan, your cost of health insurance premium will be reduced. Well, how do I get health insurance to the marketplace? The marketplace doesn't list or offer these plans. It's just an avenue where you can go and fill out an application to see if you qualify for a subsidy. The only way you can enroll on health insurance for the marketplace outside of the open enrollment, and when I started the presentation, we said open enrollment period. The open enrollment period every year is from November 1st through December 15th. So the only other way you could apply and possibly qualify for assistance to help reduce your cost of health insurance is what they call an SEP, a special enrollment period. And what is an SEP? An SEP is if you qualify for certain conditions in your life that will enable you to apply and get affordable health insurance on the marketplace. Let me give you some examples. Say you moved out of the area, then in the new area, you'll have to apply because the plans that are enforced here in our area are possibly not offered in the area where you're relocating to. So that's only one example. The other example is if you married and you're with your spouse, and your spouse doesn't have health insurance because of the marriage, then it will open up a 60-day window for you to enroll. And you can find these plans through some health insurance company. I represent multiple health insurance companies as an agent broker online to offer and sell these affordable qualified plans. Is insurance required in 2020 and 2021? Well, back in 2019, we were under, before 2019, everyone was responsible for what's called a share responsibility payment. And that was when you filed your taxes with Wycotax or with your tax preparer, if you did your taxes online, and say you didn't have health insurance, then you were required to pay a penalty because you didn't have health insurance. Well, back in 2018, I believe, the shared responsibility is no longer applied. So, and in a way, this is people that are really serious about making sure that they're improving their quality of life through good health, that they're able to access affordable health insurance. Now, however, in some states, they have their own individual exchange, and they may require for you to continue to purchase health insurance. In the state of Texas, we don't have state income tax, so the federal mandate doesn't require you to have it, and that you won't have to pay a penalty. All right, well, as we all know, health insurance can be very expensive. So there is a process that's called the Advanced Premium Tax Credit that will allow you to apply and see if you qualify. And what is it? It's a tax credit that you can use to lower your monthly insurance payments, called a premium, when you enroll in the plan through the health insurance marketplace. Now, that is the only way you can access that reduction in premium. If you go outside of the marketplace during the open enrollment, some insurance companies offer health insurance, but if you don't do it through the marketplace, or if you have a health insurance company that's connected with the marketplace, you will not access the subsidy or the reduction in premium. So your tax credit is based, how is it calculated? It's based on your income, estimated household information that you put on the marketplace application. And it can get very detailed. It's going to ask you information about the entire household as far as dependents that you apply, that you put on the application. So it'll ask you to estimate your income. And if your income falls between 100% to 400% of the federal poverty level for your household, you would qualify for a tax credit. And again, between 100 and 400%. And that is, here in the Valley, probably the average household for a household of four probably is around $25,000. And most people in the Valley do qualify for some form of tax credit. Okay, you can use all, some, or none of the premium tax credit to reduce your monthly premium. So say, for instance, okay, the application is asking me to estimate my income for, say, 2022 when you're applying on the marketplace, or you can use my services. I can help you enroll. And you say, well, I'm not sure of my income. Well, you don't have to use all your credit. You can use some of it, or you don't have to use any of it. If you choose not to use any of it when you file your taxes with Wycotax, then there will be an actual credit that will be deducted of your taxes, excuse me, on the taxes owed, or it will simply be a refund. But most people use the entire credit because health insurance is expensive. So that's three different ways that you can access the credit: all of it, none of it, or some of it. So if you use, for instance, if you use more, If you use more advanced premium tax credit than you qualify for, then at the end of the year, you'll owe some of that refund back, or some of that tax credit that they were giving you monthly to reduce your monthly premium for your health insurance. However, if you earn less money, you may qualify to get additional credit on your refund when you file your taxes. So you can buy health insurance through other sources, but the only way to get the premium tax credit, as I mentioned before, was through the health insurance marketplace. Now, these numbers aren't completely accurate. These were from 2020. And just to give you an example, this is the household size of one person. So if you make at least $12,400, $490 a month, you will qualify for credit to help reduce the cost of your monthly premium. Now, this is the corresponding household size, and what I mean household size, this is yourself and your spouse, or yourself and your dependents. So, for instance, the more dependents you have, the more income you have to make in order for you to qualify for this advanced premium credit. So, for instance, let's just take a typical household. Husband and wife and 2 children, you have to make a minimum of $25,750 in order for you to qualify for assistance. If you make below this amount, then there will be no tax credit. There is also on the upper end, if you make, I believe, an excess of, I believe it's $80,000 in a household of 4, then there won't be any tax credit. But I refer you to the health insurance marketplace for more detail, and there is a calculation for your individual household size and income that will give you an idea of what the tax credit would be to buy health insurance. So that's on the individual side. So for instance, that just, if you have a household, your employer doesn't offer you health insurance. Under the federal law, any company that has less than 50 employees is not required to offer qualified health insurance to their employees. Any companies with more than 50 employees, and I'm talking about 50 full-time employees, and this will be full-time equivalent employees, more than 30 hours per week. Then if you don't offer health insurance to your employees, then you face a penalty from the federal government when you file your taxes. However, there is a process that's called SHOP, and this is for businesses that are under 50 employees, full-time employees, and want to offer group health insurance to their employees. So there's a process that the federal government also can assist you to help pay for your employees' health insurance. And SHOP means Small Business Health Insurance Program. Health insurance for employees of businesses for businesses or nonprofit organization, and they must meet 4 requirements in order for these small businesses to access the SHOP through the marketplace. Again, like I mentioned earlier, have between 1 and 50 full-time equivalent employees. There is a calculator on healthcare.gov that will see if you qualify, or I can assist you with that process. And note, to qualify for the SHOP, you must have at least 1 full-time equivalent employees other than the owners, the spouses, or the family members of the business and partners. So this would be, for instance, if you're in partnership with, 2 people own the business, now that would be in addition to those 2, so technically 3. So as you can see, you can access this benefit with as low as 1 employee, other than family members or owners of the business. Offer coverage to full-time employees, generally workers averaging 30 hours or more per week. You don't have to offer coverage to part-time employees. That's just a benefit if you wish to do so. You can, but you're not required to be on this program. And like I said, this is employees averaging more than 30 hours per week, and it will exclude any part-time employees, but you can offer it if you wish to do so. Now, to qualify and enroll into the program, you have to enroll at least 70% of the employees to offer this program. This will be 70% of the qualified employees would be working 30 hours or more. So employees with, also you don't have to count in the calculation employees that their spouse, they're getting their coverage through their spouses. That doesn't count in the calculation. So we do give you some leeway as to where, and let me give you an example. It's the easiest way for me to explain. And that is if you have 10 employees, okay, so none of them can access health insurance through their spouse, then you have to enroll at least 7 out of 10 in order for you to participate in this program. However, if you have 10 employees and say 2 of them are getting their health insurance through their spouse, then those 2 don't count in the calculation. So it will give you that leeway. And then also the enrollment for the shop, again for the small business, is November 15th through December 15th. And the fourth one is you have to have an office or work sites within the state where the shop is available. So if you have a business that's in the state of Texas and the state of Oklahoma, then you need to make sure that it's available in those states in order for you to participate with the shop. This is my information. I'm a certified ACA certified health insurance agent. I can help you with all the questions. Well, with that, Christopher, do you have any questions, Christopher?
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Lee. This is a very informative, especially for a small business owner. The first question I have, because of the current pandemic situation, employees are virtual now, but some employees can live in different states. How does this work? Let's say you mentioned about 10 employees, but 5 of them are in New Mexico or California, but they still work with the company here in Texas.
Yes.
How is it going to
work? First of all, in order for you to qualify for the marketplace, the employer, if the employer doesn't offer you health insurance, then you can apply in the marketplace and access the subsidy to help. But if they don't offer, but if they offer and if they have health insurance, you have to get your insurance through your employer. Now, to answer to your question as far as virtual, the way that works is wherever you reside, that would be where you would qualify to access the marketplace. Even though virtually you're working in the company is in Oklahoma, you would still qualify because your residence is in Texas.
All right. Okay. So at least that's something that is clear, because right now many people work from home. The other question is, there are dependents that are working already, right? Let's talk about the income. A student working for medicine, he has a part-time job, he has a W-2, but he's being claimed as a dependent. So the couple, the husband and the wife, still claim he's as a dependent. Is his W-2 will be part of the income for the household?
That is an excellent question. The answer is yes. If you list them on your taxes as a dependent, that child is part of the household. Doesn't mean that the child can't file their taxes and get their taxes back, whatever they paid into the IRS, but we have to include that income as part of the total household income.
Okay, so therefore, even if he's working on his own, he still needs to be included on the tax return for filing as a dependent, correct?
That's correct. Now, if the dependent, if they offer health insurance through his employer, even though it'll be cheaper through the marketplace, the dependent has to get the coverage through the employer. So that's part of the rules and regulations of accessing the tax credit. So when you're filling out the application, I will ask you, does your dependent, does he have access to qualified health insurance? Now, let me explain what qualified health insurance. The federal government under the ACA has earmarked 10 healthcare benefits that each health insurance company must provide in order for it to deem it qualified health insurance. So if the employer isn't offering qualified health insurance, then the dependent can apply through the marketplace.
Okay, there you go. So this is for the business owner, right?
Yes. No, I'm sorry. That was for the individual. Now, on the business owner, if the business owner wants to set up under the SHOP program, if they're offering health insurance through the if they're offering health insurance, then the tax credit is different for the individual, because under the business owner, they utilize the SHOP program. The business owner must pay at least 50% of the employee's cost of that health insurance. Now, if the business owner qualifies for this credit, then the federal government will pay up to 50% of that cost of the employer as a benefit for him utilizing the SHOP program.
Okay, there you go. The other question would, for self-employed freelancer,
Yes.
when we say the income, is it based after all the expenses has been taken out? For example, $100,000 is their income for the year, but they only take home $30,000 because $70,000 are expenses. So the $30,000 is the basis of the income. Is that accurate?
That's correct. That's an excellent question, and this is why I highly recommend, for if you're going to get on the marketplace and try to access these individual credits, to help reduce your cost, is that you work with a certified agent, because the price of your monthly premium will really depend on, like I said earlier, your household income, your dependents, but more importantly is how you put in the information correctly into the application. So to answer your question, that's right, Christopher. You're self-employed. What they're looking for is taxable income, which will be the profit that you're making on the business. That's right.
Yes. In other words, they would require financial documents or even tax returns, the updated one, correct?
That's correct. Now, what will happen is, and we're filling out the application, the agent or the broker like myself will ask you, what is your projected net profit that you think you're going to be paying taxes on? Is that $32,000, $35,000? Even though your gross receipts might be $100,000. So what is that amount? And that's what we're going to put on the application. Now, remember, we're applying in between November 1st and December 15th. Mm-hmm. So say you're already applied, you got your health insurance, your premiums are great, helping you with a big credit, and then all of a sudden you start making more money and you say, well, I don't have any more deductions, so my net income is going to increase, or my taxable income is going to increase. We can always go in the marketplace. I can help you. We can make the adjustment on income. You're going to receive less of a credit. Your monthly premium will go up because your total income went up for that tax year.
Okay, so another is for those people who owe money to the IRS. Let's say they haven't paid their taxes for 2019-20, can they still be eligible for this?
Yes, because it's two separate programs.
Mm-hmm.
What they'll ask you every year, though, have you settled your tax credit? I believe it's a tax. There's two tax forms. One is tax of 1095A, which is going to list all the different months where the federal government helped you pay for your health insurance, and then the other one is, I believe, Form 8822, I believe, and that's where you ask the form that you actually. So it's going to ask you, have you reconciled your taxes for tax year, say 2019? If the answer is yes, then they'll give you the credit. If the answer is no, then they'll have you reconcile the credit, and hopefully before the end of open enrollment. If not, you cannot enroll. You'll be a whole year without getting assistance for the tax credit. So it's super important that if you're doing taxes with Wycotax and you're thinking about accessing this tax credit via the federal marketplace, that you make sure that you get with your account manager at Wycotax and that they have that everything's in order. Yes, that's correct.
they still required, in other words, to really update their tax returns because that's the basis of the calculations.
Right, and what will happen if you don't do it, they'll just cut they'll cut your premium, your credit off, and you'll have to pay full price.
Now, the other, do they still require the 1095A? That's still going to be reported every year, right?
The 1095A, yes, that gets mailed to everyone that has gotten a tax credit by the beginning of February of every year. If you don't receive it, contact your agent, contact the market. I'm talking about the health insurance agent that helped you sign up, or contact the health insurance marketplace directly, and they will send you a copy of that 1095A.
Right. How about for residency? This the Affordable Care Act does apply only with people that have social security number.
Okay, the way that works is this program is available to U.S. citizens, and it is available to anyone that is legally present in the United States. That would be your permanent residents. That would be people that are here on a work visa that are for an extended period of time. And there is a list during the application process. They're going to ask you, are you a U.S. citizen, yes or no? And if you say no, then a drop-down menu will appear, and you'll say, okay, this is I am here legally, and this is under this type of immigration status.
Okay, how about the one very interesting fact is life changes, right? If what's going to happen, let's say, going back to my story, that the 19 or 21-year-old, he is a dependent still at the middle of the year, let's say. But then, we're talking about next year, but then he got married. They got married with his wife. Do they have to declare that, like, hey, ma'am, I'm going to separate for my insurance? Is that possible?
Yes, probably different scenarios. Now, for instance, if they, under the ACA, or under the Affordable Care Act, there's a lot of provisions that apply. So, for instance, say they are married, but they say they're still going to school, all right?
Yes.
If they're under the age of 26, they can each file their insurance under their parents. Over the age of 26, then they're on their own. So that's how that works. So now, if they start working and their employer is offering them qualified health insurance, like I mentioned earlier, then they have to get the insurance through their employer. They have to disenroll from the marketplace and get them off their parents' insurance.
Okay. Now, how about there are some cases that they also claim their parents as dependents. However, the parents are in Canada for 6 months, let's say, and then there was an open enrollment. Then the parents got back, the mom and dad, they are citizen. They got back somewhere around June 2022. Is that, can the taxpayer, which is the husband and wife, can claim or add their parents for the insurance?
Yes, because it's going to ask you where is your permanent residence.
So that's still also part of the life expectancy or the life changes.
The changes, yes, and some of the changes are like, for instance, like you said, you get married, you get divorced, you change jobs. Say you're working in a job that is offering you health insurance, and all of a sudden you're not working, but you have enough income to qualify for the minimum. You know how we talk about the minimum income per household. So say, and then the COBRA is too expensive. I'm not sure if everyone's familiar on this webinar what COBRA is, but basically COBRA is an extension of your current health insurance to work. The only difference is that most employers won't pay the employer portion of the health insurance, so it becomes almost unaffordable. So I have multiple people, throughout the year that call me and says, hey, I'm not working there anymore. They did offer me COBRA. It's too expensive. Do I qualify to apply to get assistance on the health insurance marketplace? The answer is yes. But remember this, you only have 60 days to apply. 60 days. If you wait more than 60 days, you will not be able to enroll in health insurance. You'll have to wait till the following enrollment period. So when I tell people, I like to tell them 30 days because by the time we do the application, we gather all the information. Because if you're out of that 60-day window, you cannot apply.
The 60 days starts on November?
No, the 60 days from when you lost qualifying health insurance coverage. So for instance, say your employer, you no longer work there, say January 30th, you have all of February and all of March to enroll for it to start in April.
Okay. How does the COVID patients previously that they had COVID, that's why they were not able to apply on the open enrollment, but they only have applied after February because that was the time. Is there any special enrollment for previously have COVID diagnosis?
Okay, it's an excellent question. President Biden put together a American Rescue Act, and what happened was, like I spoke earlier, the open enrollment every year is November 1st to December 15th. So in March of 2021, under the American Rescue Act, he opened up the marketplace because he realized that people needed health insurance that hadn't applied because of COVID. So that one was from March 1st through August 15th. So the marketplace was open almost all year round in order for people to qualify to get assistance in the marketplace because of COVID. Now, it has since closed because it closed November 15th. Now, one of the other good things about this Affordable Care Act is that prior to 2014, insurance company could decline you if you had a pre-existing condition. Now, they cannot decline you. We don't ask you any medical questions to see if you can qualify for health insurance. The only question we'll ask is, are you a smoker? Because that will increase your premium. But other than that, you can have cancer, you can have heart disease, you can have diabetes, you can have high blood pressure. There are no health questions to be able to purchase qualified health insurance through the health insurance marketplace.
Those are very helpful information, Mr. Lee. That would be all on my end. Now, for those of you that miss this presentation, this will be a replay on our YouTube channel. All you have to do is find Wycotax, and you would see the replay of our channel. Now, for those of you, we left the contact information of our financial representative, Mr. Lee Guerra. Thank you very much, Mr. Lee.
Thank you, Chris, for having me today.
And by the way, for any tax payroll bookkeeping problem, we are already handling tax resolution service. If you have any offer in compromise, you have pending taxes that you don't know how to deal with, even you receive collections to your IRS agent, we are here to help and to prepare all those documents and to reply to your IRS auditors. All you have to do is click the link below and then follow us. Again, here in Wycotax, everybody deserves the max. Stay safe. Stay safe, Mr. Lee.
Thank you, Christopher.
Bye. Nice presentation.
Thank you.